Excellent. Right, so Soul Reaver Engine 101. Soul Reaver uses the Gex engine. The Gex engine proclaims to have no loading, but it does have lots and lots and lots of loading. Here's how it works. Right now I am in a room. Okay, this room has the geometry loaded and the textures loaded. Connected to this room is one other room. It has geometry loaded and no textures loaded. For the record, that's this room here. When you move into it, it then proceeds to load the textures and unload the textures from the room before it, kinda. Okay? Past that way, there would be some more rooms, which... So, you have room A that has the geometry and the textures loaded. Attached to it, you have rooms B, C, D, and so on and so forth that do not have their textures loaded but do have the geometry loaded. Then connected to that you have all the other rooms that have neither geometry nor textures loaded. Following so far? What we do is we look for loading zones. Now fortunately at high resolutions you can see them pretty darn well. What you're usually looking for is texture seams that just all of a sudden seem to break. Now we'll show you what we're looking at because I know there is a loading zone right about here. So can you see on the ground that black line? Yeah, that black line on the ground right there separating the two zones. That is a texture loading zone. It's a loading zone. I'm in one map, I'm in another map. I'm in one map, I'm in another map. When we bring up the Soul Reaver menu, you will see that the top half of Raziel's body bounces left and right. Okay? What you are wanting to do is put the body and the head on the loading zone so that during that animation the head is hopping between one loading zone and another. Okay. There, that was it. Okay, hang on. Bingo. When you get it, you will see, I don't know if you can see it on stream, I hope you can, but you should be seeing how the ring menu is flickering when Raziel's head hits like a certain point in the animation. That's because what is happening there is that flicker, that is the game loading one zone and then the next zone. Okay, that's what's happening right there. Right? If we then try to close the ring menu on the exact frame that the game is performing a load, funky things happen. So, bear with me while I try to get that to happen. There we go. Now, I've closed the ring menu on the exact frame that the load was happening and that the ring menu glitched. What that means is right now I can run around with the ring menu open. It ignored the fact that I was shutting the ring menu, but still processed the fact that I shut the ring menu for the purposes of whether or not I can control Raziel. Okay? This has some interesting side effects, not least of which being that now the game is in a frozen state, as if the ring menu was up. When the ring menu is down, the game carries on as normal, as if the ring menu was up. So the two states are now inverted. Okay? What we want to do is move this mob forward, and we basically do this by putting Raziel in a position where it would hit him and then move the mob forward. Okay? And the place where we want to position the mob, with some very careful shenanigans, come on, hit me, Nope, fine. Is, so just keep bringing the ring menu up and down to keep the mob moving forward, is right on this corner where Raziel right now is. Right. Once the mob's there, you want to get on an angle like this on the mob. Okay? Shut down the menu and bring the menu up. What that will do is now, as far as the game's concerned, there is one set of coordinates that basically locks Raziel's position there, no matter where he is in the game. Okay? Then what we do is come over here and stab the mob. And now where we are is past the 9 door. Okay? And this is a Class A example of the loading zones. So right there you see the zone that's loaded, and we are in an unloaded zone. If we keep moving on forwards, then we would fall out of bounds because the other zones aren't loaded. In order to load this zone and have the game run as normal, we simply cross the loading zone and cross back. In order to drop the ring menu, we then activate first person, close the menu, open the menu, close the menu, done. We're now back in full control of Raziel, and we have passed the 9 door without doing anything else. Okay? I'm going to show that again and go through it step by step again to make sure that people understand it and to make sure people know what was going on. So basically we are taking advantage of a small delay in processing time that happens. What were you doing wrong, Necro? What was Necro doing wrong? So once again, something with the mob. Oh, okay, fair enough. So once again, we find the loading zone, which is nicely there. Position Raziel in the right spot. Sometimes finding the spot can take a bit, but you know you got it. There we go. The ring menu glitching out, as you can see. And so one of the things to note with the ring menu, what I do with it, is I'm basically trying to work out where Raziel's head is when it glitches, because I think it's linked to the head more so than anything else. So right now I'm seeing that it's happening when Raziel's head is just, you see, it goes like in an arc up and down. So right now I'm noticing that when it is just on the right hand side of the peak of the arc, that's when it happens. So I'm trying to press it in anticipation of that happening. And there we go, second try. Got the ring menu using the timing glitch, not a problem. And then we come down, and once again we're looking to maneuver the mob. Just get a little distance away, let it try and hit you, fell miserably. A little bit more distance. Keep bringing the ring menu up and down till it tries to hit you. A little bit more. When the ring menu's down, you can still move the camera, but you can't when it's up. A little bit further forward. There we go. A little bit. Keep the mob running nicely close to the wall. Come on. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Hit me. I don't know if that looks about right. We'll take it. Once again, right next to the mob. Store the position next to the mob. Game crashes! Woohoo! This is the issue with this glitch. Not gonna lie. There is a maybe 20% chance, maybe 10% chance that your game will crash while you're trying to do it. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time it's okay, but sometimes, just sometimes, this is what it does. Which is why when doing runs, just go for it. But I recommend when doing when doing races, especially if you're ahead, pick up the portal and save. Because that way, if it crashes, you can just instantly get straight back there. No harm, no foul. I'm actually glad it crashed, because it shows that that is something that can happen and does happen, and is entirely the reason why none of us like doing any percent glitched, because you have to do shit like this so many times across the entire run that it is just a headache. So I'm just going to try and do this really fast now with a little bit less explaining. If you get it done really fast, this is a 4 to 5 minute time save, FYI, over just doing the area. Never mind whether or not it skips bosses and shit. That'll do. There we go, gotcha. Right, so yep, come down here. Now this time stop glitch is also responsible for a lot of other stuff, Twin. You haven't said very much. I don't know if you're amazed or if you're not understanding what's going on. There we go, got him. You don't get why it launches you through the map at the end. Okay. Why does it launch us through the map at the end? Good question. Good question. Necro, why does it launch us through the map at the end? Yeah, so you can just double jump through that wall there and not have to do the spinny of the thing. Just FYI.